What up, y'all? Justin Gay, Seeds of Xanadu. The question often comes up about winter gardening, or I guess more specifically, winter microgreen growing outdoors. Here I am in the winter, it's getting cold. Just looking at some of this lettuce here. Yeah, some of this stuff is Dunsky. Had a bit of some pretty cool nights, you know what I mean? So it took out some of these lettuces here. I don't know if you can really tell. Some of them got kind of brown. I think it was gonna get that cold, or cold enough to do that really, but I think this year, more than it was last year, what's happened this year more so, I believe, than last year is we're a lot more moist. At least I feel earlier in the year. I could be wrong there, but I feel as though that is right. Maybe I need to look, but that's kind of what I feel. Like we're a little bit more moist. Anyway, that moisture is staying on top of our leaves and it's actually damaging them. I got some plastic coming in here soon, so we should be cool. Growing microgreens in the cooler weather. Or more specifically, even more than that, is what it is that I'm doing this year differently than I did last year. So right now we're in December. It's actually a Christmas Eve, so Merry Christmas, y'all, if you believe in that type of thing. It's pretty cold, like I was saying before. It's actually cold for us now. Every year around this time, for some reason or another, my sales begin to dip when it comes to the farmer's market. A lot of times I believe it's just the weather. It's cooler this time of year. A lot of people don't want to get out. And if they do need to go shopping, they much rather go shopping in cover indoors. You know what I mean? It's just that give that they're willing to give between comfort and that of, you know, whatever they feel that the farmer's market provides for them. So, you know, it is what it is. In learning so, kind of been playing around for the last couple years, going into this year with carrying over my microgreens so that that extra inventory that I have, I can begin to get rid of it without having any real demise. You know what I mean? Like, more than likely, I'm gonna be able to get rid of all these trays without any damages. At least that's my goal. So all these trays on this side right here were actually seeded out on the 9th of this month, right? Today, like I said, is the 24th. These guys are all gonna be the ones that are gonna actually go to market as well as be harvest for our market mixes and stuff like that. What I've been doing to kind of preserve all of these microgreens and kind of keep them right where they are is just leaving them outside, 100% outside. I'm just letting the cold air just kind of stunt them, if you will. What up, Lily? None. Lily back there, she's about to load up the microgreen tray, so you'll see some work happening. Another thing that we're doing as well is slowing down on the amount of water that we're giving them. So as opposed to giving them water every day, they don't need that anyway. I'm actually letting them go maybe 1 to 2 days without watering them. What that does is actually help slow down the growth as well. And that's kind of just what we want to do. These trays here, these newly sprouted trays, are the newer trays. These guys were planted or seeded out just like last week. So they won't go out or be ready for us until the 4th or the 5th of January. What I'm doing is basically clearing out all this older inventory. Just gonna go ahead and push all this out through the market streams. Typically what I would end up doing is actually seeding on top of that, it's kind of staying in that succession, ultimately to be throwing away a lot of trays, right? This year what I did was kind of hold off last week and then added, kind of supplemented with what it is that I needed, which is the same thing that we're doing today. They will all be ready and we'll get rid of these guys all at once as opposed to really trying to add on to it. Just because right now, like I said, our market's a little bit slower. The 4th or 5th, so in 2 weeks, these guys will be ready. What's gonna end up happening is we're just gonna go back to our normal seeding schedule in the next couple of weeks when the market tends to pick back up because it's the 1st of the month. There's gonna be a lot of people out there that are going to be doing New Year's resolutions. These microgreens. Hey, we're gonna be ready for you. So anyway, right around that time, everything should be picking back up and we should kind of be on that upward trend until spring and then really start taking off. So that's kind of the plan for this year. That's what we're doing. There's a really good chance as well that we might end up going back to just growing indoor again with the microgreens. Even if I was growing indoor, I would actually still be pulling these guys out. Normally we do bring our trays in at night into the grow room, but right now we're not. These things are right now 100% being grown outside, just so we can slow them back at least a couple days. I find that that's kind of the ratio, I guess, if you want to call it that. Out here is like maybe a day or two behind if we have put them inside. It's not that big of a deal because seeing that we only get that garage up to right about 60 degrees. And seeing that we're solar, that's something I actually might be playing around with too a little bit more. Actually, I will be playing around with that a little bit more. Sometimes I forget. Kick that up a little bit and we'll see how we like that. Hope this video helps. Justin Gay. There's Lily back there. Merry Christmas. Peace. We finally got shirts, man. You can head on over to the seedsofxanadu.com. There's a couple of them up there now. And yeah, it really goes a long way in helping out the channel and what we got going on around here. So thanks for your support.